Hello everyone, this is Likey here. I'm with Ryan Stolarski and he's the winner of the XBurst 2017 on the first event, and he's going to talk about his deck today.
Absolutely, let's go.
So let's go. Okay, so we're going to zoom in onto the map and let's...
Got a good angle there?
I hope so. It's
fantastic.
It's a bit glossy, but this is great.
Yeah, I can't take them out of the sleeve at the moment.
I think this is worth showing off, so let's talk about...
Mat, yeah.
Let's talk about your hand and what you did with
Right, yeah, let's go straight into the deck profile. So, this isn't in any particular order except for forwards, backups and summons.
That's absolutely fine. So just say how many copies you've got and what they did and how they helped you out.
So, these are two Genesis Avatar to combine with, is that centered on?
I'm going to go closer.
That's fine. So these are two Genesis Avatar to be combined with Time Mage to get a board clear. I managed that in semi-finals. The guy had a Capricious Reaper, Fleeting Flash, X-Death, Alcid, and Onion Knight on the board, and he didn't know the combo existed, and I just wiped his entire board.
All four? Is that 2 or 3? Is that 2?
That's two Genesis Avatar.
Wow.
I played 2 Vayne. The cards that are just sleeves here are the borrowed ones. So right. 2 Vayne, stopped 5 drops today. The guy summoned 6 drop Ace and got King out from his hand for free, and I summoned Vayne, and I absolutely knocked down the game, and it just allowed me to steamroll from there. 3 white Tiger LC Qun'Mi, big impact all day. Really helped against Water Wind, stopped their Leviathans. Has first strike to be combined with other stuff in the deck. Just a really solid 3 drop.
So is that 2 or 3 then?
Just 2 of that one, sorry, I should say how many I'm using. We've got 3 Capricious Reaper.
Of course.
Solid body in the deck, can't be targeted. Some things force you to target on play effects. So things like Alcid, you don't get the choice to target. Rig D, you don't get the choice to target. You know, other cards just force targets. So if that's the only forward you control and they don't want to target, they don't have a choice. So they're forced to discard from their hand. 3 Squall, this really helped me in my semi-final game as well. It stopped Lightning from steamrolling me with 4 forwards by turn 3. It trades with any forward. It's not very good against Wind Water because most of their forwards are 7k and they're really efficient, but anything else that's swarmy or really aggressive, Squall just puts a stop to. Really craps on Lightning, to be honest, because of their Alcid and Rig D. You can block without taking any damage at all.
That's right, a lot of people do play Alcid combos, so
yeah.
I'll stop that.
You've got the 1 Laguna to go with it. Too many of this is bad, and you've got Genesis anyway, so it's like 2 Genesis and 1 Laguna, and they sort of do the same thing. This isn't very reliable on its own, so it's just, you know, just the one-off.
Yeah, that synergizes as well.
Yeah, this is MVP of the day, Emporer. Allowed me to win my top 8 and the finals against Wind Water, stop their Oracles, stop their Barrelize to stop them reactivating, stopped everything, stopped Ash from reactivating, stopped Area from using its ability. It just absolutely, you know, craps on their board and stops. Basically, you know, Wind Water's pretty autopilot, and it just stops their deck from functioning, and they have to change their game plan. It doesn't do well for them.
Yeah, I haven't seen that card play for a while now. So why do you think that is?
So basically, reactivation is your worst enemy in this deck, and all the reactivation in decks these days are done through the backups. So you just stop the action abilities and you just carry on steamrolling forward.
This stops wind a lot.
But it stops every deck. It stops fire from Red Mage in you, lightning from Red Mage in you. It stops every single deck. It's probably worse against lightning as it only stops one thing, but it is absolutely good. There's so many cards it's good against.
So we might see that card back in play now.
Hopefully, yeah. It's a fact. Well, not hopefully for me because it really hurts my deck too when it's played against me. 3 Snow. This is another MVP. I played the Serah backup, so you know throughout the day people couldn't target Snow. And under Duke Larg, it can't be cleared by a Cyclops or a Baleful. Really good card, you know.
Stays on the board.
In a vacuum, when there's 1 forward each on each side, you know, this will get 2 damage before your opponent even starts to set up. And it's really efficient as well. When you've got a spare backup standing, you just drop a Snow and it's an entire body on the field. And your opponent will probably spend more than 1 card getting rid of it, you know.
Absolutely.
2 Genesis. I might play.
Card.
Yeah.
You may put 3?
No, I only play 2 because they have the same name as Genesis Avatar, so you can't control both at the same time. If I didn't play this, I would probably play 3 of that because it's such a solid card. The attacking and making a discard isn't really wasn't really that relevant all day, to be honest. Most people can establish a board to counter it, to be honest, but it does cause them to make plays that aren't very valuable just to stop me from hitting them in the face. These were the 3 Rinoas that I borrowed today. So they're just sleeves now. I was playing 2 originally, but I upped it to 3 because I kept realising that I needed a board doll. And also I had the opportunity to use Wishing Star, but I never actually drew the other Rinoa when one was in hand. Okay, so on to the backups now. Again, not in order. So we've got 2 Summoner. Absolute MVP again. you play it down against Wind Water. They can't use their Leviathans very easily. They can't use their Valfor to combine with something to pop anything. It just makes your plays really awkward for your opponent. Again, your opponent has a game strategy in mind. You drop someone down instantly. They're like, oh crap, these cards I've held in hand now don't work. 3 Duke Larg, making Capricious Reaper 9k is absolutely deadly. You suddenly send something that can't be targeted as a bit of a passive card into, oh god, I've got to get rid of this, but at the same time I can't target it. Also boost Snow outside of swipe range of Cyclops and
I see that, so you've got 3 of those. Normally you only play 2,
yeah, but it's mono deck, so
you just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's Maria basically, isn't it? It's a 3-cost Maria, so just play 3 of it.
Okay.
I'm probably going to have to back up to the top now. 3 Devouts, really obvious. Revive Emporer, revive Capricious Reaper, revive Vayne to redoll all their forwards, and revive Genesis as well. Does a bit of everything. And obviously revive Rinoa as well, so that they can't do anything. 1 Mog to search out Snow. It's the only target in the deck. And the reason I play just the 1 search is because I play 3 Serah, so I want to make sure that I get them together. It was really good today, and even in round 1, that an opponent misplayed and played Railbarn and targeted Snow, and I was like, sorry mate, you can't do that. And yeah, so it sort of boosted my confidence for round 1, as this is the first tournament I've ever played in real life.
But they still get to keep the Railbarn in their backups, can't they?
Yeah, they get it in their backups, but it's a 4-drop backup, they did nothing.
Yeah.
And they can't play another after that.
It's expensive.
3 Jihl.
Jihl Nabaat,
yeah,
excellent card.
once you dull their field, you can keep up the advantage. It has an XBurst, which is fantastic, and its special ability is really relevant as well, and I used that a couple of times today. 3 Time Mage, this is mainly to go with Genesis Avatar. Again, I've resolved this in the semi-finals and in the finals. Just such a solid combination. Some people don't know about it, and when you're playing against ice, you don't really think of like some Sunshine Toto ball clear. You think of a lot of control. So to bring back a swing card like that into the game is really relevant. And if I played again, I would probably play a 3rd Genesis Avatar, because there was times I wanted to see it today where I just didn't see it.
So what would you swap for that?
Well, when I swap for Genesis Avatar, I probably would send Genesis to 1 maybe. No, actually no. I would send Zalera to 2 instead of 3. I'll put it up to 3 for this tournament, but I'll get onto that in a sec.
Sure.
We've got 3 Shiva, solid card, allow me to get 4 damage in the finals when I shouldn't have been able to.
Amazing.
Moomba, so Moomba is a bit of a tech choice, has a nice XBurst that isn't actually that relevant. The idea is that you can combine it with Squall, so you combine it with the Squall burn on any 4-drop and you end up killing it. Or you can run a Snow into something and Moomba. And then also LC Qun'Mi's got first strike, so you can combine those 2 as well. And you get the damage in, you get the, you kill the monster, the forward. So that's pretty relevant as well. It's a little tech choice. I mean, it didn't really do that much for me today. Actually, it did some of the stuff in the semi-finals. I used 1, and then the guy attacked another Fleeting Flash. I had the other, and he was a bit salty about that. 3 Zalera. I only really need 2 in the deck, as I thought, but I upped it because a friend suggested it. But yeah,
so that's the one that you may replace for an extra Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis Avatar. Yeah, sure. You only need it in mid-game really. When your opponent's got a big board, it doesn't really have that much value outside of that. The main deck you're playing it against is Wind Water, and that has so much value anyway. You're not getting much value out of this.
Excellent.
But I think I've resolved it well once.
Before you reveal that card, it does look like you have 50, so something's not quite right here.
Yeah, I've got 1 more card here.
Right, so you have a story about this last card.
So yeah, the story's quite unfortunate. So I won game 1 in the finals, and in game 2, I drew into the promo Gabranth.
What did you do that for?
Well, basically, I left...
Oh, I think I know why. Because you had those sleeves, you do get extra sleeves.
I had 10 extra sleeves, yeah. And someone told me the Gabranth was quite valuable, so I was like,
so
I'll sleeve it up, I'll make sure to keep the cards separate. But clearly I didn't do that very well,
so what was the ruling on that?
So it was game 2, I was
in
the lead.
How far were you in?
I was 2 damage in and I had ball control and everything. I knew I was going to win the game, and then I draw into this, call over to the judge, wondering if it's okay just to put that card to the side and continue. But he's like, no, I have to give you a game loss. So
the whole game?
Yeah, I lost.
Oh, so you were winning 1-0.
I was winning 1-0.
2 damage ahead.
I was 2 damage ahead, and I had board control.
And you had to wipe.
He had to give me a game loss.
That's brutal. And in the finals.
In the finals, and I had to go to game 3. So technically, I had to 3-0 my opponent to win, and I managed it. So just a testament to how good the deck is, even against.
Yeah, well, mistakes are mistakes, right? So you have to be very careful.
Yeah, and I won't be making that mistake ever again. And that's the first game loss I've ever received.
That's right, and I hope the listeners here and the viewers here will also learn the same.
Check your deck. Don't sleeve your extra cards until after the tournament. And if you do, put them in a different sleeve.
Yeah, different colour, upside down, whatever.
But fantastic tournament. I'm so glad that Mono Ice managed to do it. It's, most of the time you see
amazing
Wind Water
Mono Ice.
I
didn't think that would. I'll get as far as it did.
Yeah.
It's good normally mixed with other elements, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's mainly mixed with fire
So
or
what made
wind
you-
at the moment or lightning, and it's just.
why did you choose it? Sorry. What made you think that this control is? Would you say it's a control deck?
So the Genesis Avatar combo I got told about was a big thing.
Sorry, could you explain the combo again?
Yeah, so basically, when you've got, it's ideal when you've got 4 backups and a Time Mage up. So what you do is you discard 3. It's a really expensive thing, but when your opponent's got board advantage, they've usually got their whole board on the field, and you've got all your hand available. So in a normalised deck without this, you would just be falling behind. So the ice decks normally take the advantage early game and then fall behind slowly until and you try to win. But with Avatar, you can make a comeback and push yourself back into the lead. So you discard 3, summon Avatar. It does half the opponent's forwards damage to each of their forwards. So Genesis, for example, it would do 4,000 because it's half, then rounded up to the nearest 1,000. Capricious Reaper would do 4,000. This would do 3,000 and so on. So you summon it, does half their damage, break a Time Mage, resummon it onto the field
Oh, I
gold,
see. Then you're basically clearing the board.
and then you clear their side of
Now I
the board
understand.
only, and you get a 9k body out of it. So it's like Shantotto, except a bit more expensive, but you get far more out of it in the end. And the person I played in the semi-finals when I didn't even know that combo existed, and I felt very, very
Do you
good about
remember who
myself.
that player was in the semis?
That was James
James
Stevenson.
Stevenson. Oh, right, okay. I thought it may have been him.
He didn't even know, but I got very lucky in the finals because I dropped this,
Yes.
and one of the opponent's forwards was a Fame Mimic Go-Go. And I thought he might have the other one in the hand, and I played it onto the field. And he goes, "Oh, you've made my Go-Go live," and I was like, "I've got to make the play. Like this is for the."
So was
this
he
is for the
bluffing
win."
then,
He was bluffing. And I broke the Time Mage, and he cleared his board, and like just a big sigh of relief came over me as I saw me winning the game the following turn.
Excellent.
But an amazing event. I don't know what else to say. Is there any more questions you have?
I just want to know, when did you start playing? How did you?
I
Did you start from Opus 2, Opus 1?
I started
beginning?
from Opus 1, so
About a year ago when it started? 'Cause that's
not
roughly when
quite
it
a
started.
year ago. I started getting into the game properly with my own deck online at the end of Opus 1,
Okay.
moving into it. Oh, no, actually, no, sorry, I lied. It wasn't the end of Opus 1, it was in about the middle of Opus 1, so in about like November or December.
Yeah.
I started playing, and then I played online. I won the first OCTGN tournament, and it was, and this is my first chance to play in real life with real cards with a complete deck, even though some of the cards were borrowed. And I'm glad that my hours of practice online has paid off.
Oh, absolutely.
And
And now
I
you've got foils to complete your sets properly now.
Yeah, one of the people I'd like to thank for testing with me online and throwing ideas back and forth with is Christopher Matisk.
Excellent.
He's a great guy, great player, and it's very nice to have a partner that you can learn from who's also very good at the game, because you can sometimes overlook things and make mistakes, but you have someone there to guide you as well. And
That'd be
guide them
great,
too.
yeah.
But yeah, thank you Michael for XBurst. Thank you Likey for the cards. Thank you
problem.
Michael for the cards, and thank you Joe for the cards that you've all lent me. I couldn't have done it without you. I'm getting sore now. All these
absolutely
prizes.
Yeah, it's
amazing
overwhelming,
event.
but it's real, and you're not in a dream world right
I'm
now.
not in
This
a
is
dream
real.
world, and I just have to make it home alive.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
drive home safe, and
Thank
I'll
you.
see you next time.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye bye.